How are you, Chris?
Hey, Conan. Lovely to see you.
I love the way you say my name.
I get that. You know, they say that thing about, I don't know if we've talked about this before, but you know the way the Irish accent has that reputation for being romantic or something?
Yeah.
And they've kind of worked it out scientifically that it's the elongation of the vowels. Because a consonant gives a word its power.
Yes.
And a vowel gives a word its feeling. So the longer those vowels are elongated, that's what makes it sound all sexy like.
Elongated. I love that. It's just elongated. You know, I grew up next door to these twin brothers that were probably in their 60s, the Murphy boys. And I was a kid and I'd be out shoveling snow and the Murphy boys would be out there talking to each other. And they were from some small village in Ireland. I couldn't understand a word they were saying. You know, people think it's the Lucky Charms elf. Bosh and Bigora. It's not. The real thing, when you hear it, I never understood a word. I think they were both calling for help, and I never understood.
Like Laci.
Exactly. How are you doing? You're in your house.
Yeah.
You're quarantined. How? First of all, how's your wife? Is your wife handling this well?
Yeah, she lives in the attic now. Around a week and a half ago, I believe her last words were, "I never want to see any of you again." But she's been good. She seems happy. I hear a lot of men's voices up there. But she sends the odd text.
Yeah.
And that's great. You know, that feels it's a little pick-me-up in the middle of the day, you know?
It's good. I'm glad that she's meeting other people and that she's in the attic and she's...
No, it's been brilliant, actually. The whole thing, because who knew that what we needed was just more time together? You know, like an endless infinity amount of time. Like that we are operating at only 24 hours a day. It's so sad to me. I just wish there was more time. I wish there was just more time for more questions.
And more time to notice little things that each of you do that might be annoying. Yes. We need more of that. You know, I know you're from Roscommon in
That's
Ireland.
Right.
And where is Roscommon, by the way?
It's kind of in the northwest, just east of Galway and Mayo. Very beautiful.
You must have family there. How are they doing with the virus? How are they with the quarantine? Are they handling it well?
I think so. I mean, my mom and dad are still in my hometown in Boyle, and they're cocooning, which is this thing that is law. I'm trying to think of the right verb. So they can't leave the house if you're over 70.
Oh.
Which is pretty full on.
Yeah.
But my mother seems to be dealing really well with it. She's a therapist, so she's been doing a lot of Zoom therapy and things like that. And then she's kind of just waiting at home the rest of the time, waving out the window to people. I like to think of her like this adorable golden retriever. She's like, "Who's this? What's the postman? Hello, postman." But they seem pretty good. And then my sister has 5 kids. So she, of varying ages. So she and her husband are it's like I imagine, a manic holiday camp.
Yeah.
But everybody's doing okay. You know, I think in Ireland there's been tough times before. So in a way, it's kind of like a notch on the bedpost of our collective historical failures.
Well, it's funny because I always think the Irish expect things to be bad, you know?
Yeah.
And so when there's a global pandemic and the world seems like it's going to shit, the Irish are like, well, of course. Yes, that's right. That's right.
We did have a feeling this was going to happen. There's also, we're here in California, which is a very different experience. I think in Ireland where they were like, okay, so you can't go outside and you can't really see each other and, you know, it's kind of dangerous. I think a lot of Irish people were like, oh, you mean like winter? Over here, it's been a little kind of different.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, very true. Very true.
But they were ready for it.